the drivers' meeting. Not so fun, not so laughing, so joking around. These guys, like you said last night, they have fire in their eyes. They're feeding off this huge crowd. All the people here at the track and in all the towers, hundreds of thousands of people here spectating this great event, and the green flag is out there.
It's pretty intimidating straight into a ramp like this. We take a wicked onboard shot here with Paul Morris, who's taken to this category like a duck to water, the Super Cheap Auto entry. We head down to turn 1. Scotty Steele will lead us through.
Scotty Steele leads us through with his teammate. Bill Hines in second place as they get into that first chicane to see Sheldon Creed on board with him in the red Traxxas truck. Sheldon, the current points leader right now, ahead of Robbie Gordon in points. Now already in second place. Look at three-wheel. It's a good feeling for Sheldon Creed as he's moving forward quick. Scotty Steele lands real sideways off that big ramp.
You've got to land on 4 wheels, not 1, because he'd end up in the concrete fairly quick.
We've seen it already this weekend. Sheldon Creed getting to the concrete as he's applying some quick, heavy pressure to the Def Leppard live driver of Scotty Steele. Right now, the 2 young men running away from the pack. Meanwhile, Bill Hines in the 3rd spot with a big pack of talent, putting a lot of pressure on him. All the pressure on Bill Hines right now.
Is it me or Sheldon Creed look angrier today?
Sheldon Creed was not happy with yesterday's finish. He knew he got a little out of whack, got himself into the wall off one of the big front stretch jumps, and he wasn't happy with his personal performance. And yeah, he's out here with a vengeance today.
On board with Morris, it's Robbie Gordon to the left. He raced Indy cars here back in the day, finished on the podium back in '93, and hello, he's getting pushed back here, the dude. He's not going to like this.
Morris push and grab him around, makes the pass as they go off that Super Cheap Auto jump. Meanwhile, in the middle of the pack right there, you see Bert Jenner. Bert Jenner, last night's winner, starting all the way in the back, already gaining some ground.
Look at these two. They've cleared out of here, haven't they? Gone.
You get an open track for these young guys with Scotty Steele and Sheldon Creed. It's almost no one's going to be able to catch them. Keep it in mind, folks, this is a 10-lap race with a mandatory competition caution at the halfway marker. Well, they will go a full track caution, bunch the whole pack back up again. So no matter how big of a lead these young men out front pull, and we have a lead change as Sheldon Creed gets out in front, makes the pass on Scotty Steele. Open track for the 74.
So that's happened on the run into the turn 1 chicane. And already the replays are flying. Sheldon Creed, the showstopper, hitting the ramps. Just awkward land back there for Steele. That was so close to hitting the wall left-hand side. The 2 Def Leppard trucks. Oh, it's a bizarre way to find the wall on the outside. 57 Hines.
He might have picked up a bit of a push there, got himself into the wall.
Crowd. Look at the crowd in the background there. They've swung up to the fence here, haven't they?
There's Thomas. Looking good. Thomas having a great time. Led the first 3 laps last night of race number 1. Ended up falling towards the back a little bit, but Thomas looking really good right now as we hop on board there for a quick second with the dude in the Super Cheap Auto truck trying to make good work of Gardner. Oh!
That's Thomas, and that was going to happen all the time. Thomas had him stacked up. The Queenslander, who's more known for his sprint car and speed car exploits here. His first weekend on bitumen ever.
Look at that group. You got Keegan Kincaid in the blue Traxxas truck. You got Matt Mingay, Robbie Gordon, Bert Jenner, Gardner, all these guys, fast guys, Morrison there. That's a pack you're going to keep. I mean, right now, 3rd through 8th, you could throw a blanket over.
Amazing. They come out the final turn. They're already 2 laps into this. And the left front pretty much got the Toyo stickers on there still.
They do. We have back on board right now with Morris. You see him following, going to the chicane at the entrance of the V8 pit, slowing them down for the first 2 big ramps here. And as they land off the 2nd ramp, 3rd gear wide open right now as they bomb down into the next turn.
On board with Morris. This is what's like from his perspective. The hard break down to turn 1, 2, and 3, the chicane. Watching Mingo with Robbie Gordon all over the back of him.
Robbie Gordon gets guys to the inside. Can he make a stick? No, bit of a gentleman. Almost moved him all the way. Makes it happen. Barely touched Mingay right there. Mingay went wide. Robbie Gordon makes the pass. Sets his sight on Keegan Kincaid. Now keep in mind, as we said, we are going to have a mandatory competition caution. So Keegan Kincaid now sitting in the 3rd position. Very fast driver. He's won several rounds of racing this year and in 2014. With Robbie Gordon right on his tail, we got a lot of fast drivers out in front right now. Meanwhile, we're the 2 young men. We're 1st and 2nd, man.
Yeah, they've disappeared. Nowhere to be seen right now.
They have checked out Sheldon Creed and Scotty Steele checking out on the pack. Robbie Gordon trying to dive to the inside of Kincaid. Kincaid throws it up on 3 wheels. Gordon not able to make that stick as he applies a little bit more pressure. Right now, they're taking Mingay to school. Mingay's watching them saying, man, I might be able to pick up some quick pointers here. Seem to struggle a little bit this weekend as in Adelaide. 3 third places, Mingay running so well right now, but keep in mind those broken ribs.
Yes.
So Mingay's got to be in an awful lot of pain, and that's got to be mentally tough out there in these trucks.
Not the place to come and heal them, is it?
No, this is, the doctor said, yes, you're doing well, it's healing up. He didn't say go hop in a stadium super truck.
Well, Matty didn't tell the doctor what he was doing this weekend.
One of the two.
Through the little S's back onto the finish line now. So Robbie Gordon looks a lot racier than what he did yesterday.
He did. You know, the truck was missing a little bit yesterday, and even more today. They had some electrical issues. It looks like Kyle Robbins and the team has worked that out. And look at Bill Hines. You see he peeled the hood up as he got into the tire wall earlier, up on 3 wheels. Where is this replay taking us? It's not looking pretty so far.
Seriously, that's cool.
Bill Hines just missing the wall right there, keeping his foot in it. And meanwhile, we have had a pass for third. Robbie Gordon now sitting in a podium position in the 3rd place right now. Behind him is Keegan Kincaid in that all-blue Traxxas truck. He's got his eyes set on the leaders, but there is a lot of ground to be made up right now. It's still Sheldon Creed, our current points leader, and Scotty Steele, 1st and 2nd, have checked out on the pack. As we go back, here is a replay.
It's Creed, seriously, up in the air.
Sheldon Creed with big air. Scotty Steele, big air too, sideways still running, staying right on the pipe, all the way off that land side as we hop on board with our points leader and our current leader here today. Sheldon Creed, as he grabs 3rd gear, going down that front stretch, slows it down, gets on the binders, goes into this new little chicane as they get ready to go back into 2nd gear, holds it on off the Toil jump. 2nd gear right to the wood off the Super Chief, and we've got our mandatory competition caution flag is out. Man, that's just the first half of the race.
The whistle's gone off in 5 seconds, though.
Yeah.
Why'd you go that far if they knew they're going to throw the yellow?
So here we are. I don't know. We go into this now. Now we're going to bunch them all back up. So this is when things get really excited. We've got hundreds of thousands of people hanging out of the apartment windows, hanging out of their hotel windows, hanging over the fences here. And now it's unreal what's about to happen as they unleash these last 5 laps.
We're halfway home here, race 2 of the Stadium Super Trucks from Surfers Paradise. So, Matty Brabham, who finished 2nd yesterday, running back in 8th at the moment. Thomas, who found himself 3rd, is now towards the back of the field. But time, this is more like an expression session right now. Halftime break, isn't it?
It kind of is. It kind of is. You know, the thing is, it's hard to say. You got 10 laps. All right, the first 5 laps, you want to do everything you can to better yourself and move up through the pack, but you don't want to take chances on wrecking the truck while you're doing that, because you know midway through you got this comp caution, and this is when it really unleashes. Look at that replay of Matthew Brabham. You know, the name Brabham has been so big in all kinds of racing for so many years, but this is the first of the family that we've seen over the top of the Kench fence on purpose.
Yeah, exactly right. Used to go to school just down the road here in Southport. These days calls Indianapolis home. He's living the dream of so many teenagers and adults like us.
Absolutely.
As well.
Absolutely. You know, Matt Brabham, 2-time Road to Indy winner. Looking forward to a career in IndyCar, but doing so well with a 2nd place yesterday in race number 1 here in Stadium Super Trucks. Maybe, who knows, maybe a career change in Matthew's future here, maybe going Stadium Super Truck race.
And it's cool the way this worked out, because he was wandering around Toronto, wasn't he? And all of a sudden, Robbie Gordon said, hey, matey, you've got your helmet. Let's jump in. Let's go.
Yeah, we had a free truck up in Toronto, and next thing you know, Matthew Brown's over there, but it was raining up there. So he had a slower learning curve. He could take his time to get up to speed. This weekend was the first time he's been out on a dry track. You look at Sheldon Creed in cab with him, doing a little 2-wheel right behind him. Robbie Gordon putting on a show as well. And but Brabham, now he came up to speed immediately on the dry track here. He loves this circuit. It's his home circuit. And put on a great show, not only for the fans, but for the family alike yesterday. And hopefully he'll be moving through the pack today as well.
Hasn't been here since 2010, where he raced a Formula Ford, of all things. A little bit different to these Stadium Super Trucks that he's behind the wheel of right now. Sits back in 8th position as Sheldon Creed leads us back down for the 2nd half of race 2 here on the streets of Surfers Paradise.
Now Creed should be getting the green flag once they get to the 2nd ramp. Now it's up to Creed to set the pace here as they take the green flag. Is he going to check up on Steele, or is he just going to be nice and kind and get on the gas? You never know. These guys like to play tricks with one another here as they get ready to go into green here shortly.
He's got the field stacked right up. Wait for the green. Here it is, and he's out of here. Leaves it standing.
And he doesn't stack him up at all. Gets right on the skinny pedal, and out he goes. Already a nice lead for Sheldon Creed as they bomb down into this hard 180 turn. Now, Robbie Gordon was not in the mix yesterday. Today he is. He's right up there. Obviously, the truck is running well. He wants to be on top of the podium. As you see him smoking the tires off there, a little too much rear brake as he dives to the inside of Scotty Steele. Is he able to make that stick? He's not. Scotty stays up in front. Meanwhile, Keegan Kincaid in the 4th position, watching all this action unfold right in front of him.
Now they're side by side. This is the big talking point. You've got to respect here and go back to single file. He's done that, so Gordon goes up to 2nd place now.
Just like V8 Supercar at the 100-meter marker, you must give way to the driver in front of you. Go single file till they get to that Super Cheap Auto ramp.
Brett Thomas starting to come back through the field a little bit. Gordon reeling in Sheldon Creed. I like the look of Robbie Gordon here. He was late to the driver's briefing yesterday, wasn't he? They put him rear of field. Didn't stop him, though.
No, it didn't. Had to move him all the way back in the field. It didn't make much of a difference at all. See here right now, we hop on board with the dude, Morris, with a 3rd place finish yesterday here. He's very excited about the dirt track race in Sydney next week.
Yeah.
A true American-style stadium super truck race next Saturday on the 31st. The dude's very pumped for that. Meanwhile, you see the 47 in the blue tracks, this truck of Keegan Kincaid still hanging in there, I think, in a very close 4th as our first 4 drivers start to check out on the rest of the pack for the second half of this race, man.
Gordon right on the back now. Creed, you got to spend some time out the dude's ranch during the week, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. What an awesome facility they have out there. And went out there, did some testing with the new drivers, and had an awful lot of fun. You see Thomas getting a little sideways off that first ramp there on the front stretch. They fight on this front stretch into the chicane. Still plenty of race left to go, but out in front, we have seen so many epic battles in between these two. If you remember in Adelaide, Matt, we had Sheldon Creed finishing the race on his roof upside down. How did that happen? It was Sheldon Creed and Robbie Gordon having one of these battles, the Creed-Gordon battle. It's been happening for 3 years now, and we're going to see it unleashed right in front of us here today, Matt.
Picking up where they left off. Brett Thomas has been given a stop-go penalty, so the 69 TFA tyre entry will have to stop at the end of pit lane. These great shots. Looking back at Robbie Gordon from Sheldon Creed's truck.
As you see Sheldon Creed in 3rd gear, you see his left leg moving. He's pumping the brakes to get into that turn. So what you do, these brakes get so hot, and those tires are so big, you can't just step on the brakes. You're going to go right in the wall. So as you're driving, you're on the gas, you're shifting, you're steering, you got to be pumping the brake as well.
It'd be a long pedal too, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Here's Mingay, and again, just to keep it up, finding the return road down there too many times this weekend.
But we've seen that several times. Oh, and Gartner. Greg Gartner gets that Clipsal 500 truck into the wall as well. We hop back on board right now. Look at Robbie Gordon bumping Sheldon Creed saying, hey, I'm still here.
Knock, knock, who's there? So 7 laps in, Gordon got plenty of time here still. The second half of race 2, and now the sun comes out over the top of the Surfers Paradise Street Circuit.
Now, in the past, Robbie Gordon has been a gentleman when it comes to Creed. They've gotten to the point where they've gotten to race more and more aggressively, especially as this season has gone on. I'm curious if he's going to be such a gentleman now. 2 laps left to go. Didn't have a good finish for either of them yesterday. They need to finish first, either one of them, for the overall this weekend. So I'm curious to see, is Robbie Gordon going to be nice and calm in that Speed Energy truck, or is he just going to try to move Sheldon Creed out of the way? And there's a points battle. That's first and second at 2015 points right now.
And that points count this weekend too, don't they?
Points count this weekend, not just for the overall for the year, but there's points for each race. There's 4 races this weekend. Oh, Sheldon Creed, all kinds of sideways coming off that ramp, right back onto the gas mat.
No one else could do that like he does. He's given so many frights this weekend.
It doesn't even faze the young man.
No. We must talk about that because there's a lot of teenagers in this field this weekend.
There is, and it's the teenagers that you get off the track and you ask Sheldon, hey, how about that time you landed really sideways? He's like, which time was that? I don't know. I don't really think about it. You know, but yeah, some of the older guys, they remember. And there is Bert Jenner, our winner from yesterday, round number 1, this weekend's winner. Spun around backwards now, moving the wrong direction now, I believe sitting in the 8th position. Meanwhile, out in front, Sheldon Creed and Robbie Gordon, first and second here today in this race so far. First and second, 2015 points, with just over 1 lap or 1 and change to go. So far, they've been absolute gentlemen to one another, and I'm wondering how long that is going to last.
I think Gordon just showed his nose at the top of the hairpin there coming onto the main straight. So Creed knows he's there, but probably doesn't want to look behind right now.
Absolutely.
Oh!
Mingay lands on one of the... no, that's not Mingay. Look at this. Slow motion. Whoa!
And almost piggybacked him down the Gold Coast Highway.
He certainly did.
That was Brett Thomas.
Brett Thomas landed right on the back.
That is
Look
mad.
At that save. Look at that save. Didn't even miss a beat. His foot right back in it again. As we're looking at Scotty Steele and Keegan Kincaid right now. Steele in 3rd, Kincaid is 4th. Having a great battle of their own, cleanly through the chicane. These guys,
spoke too soon, he's in, that's turned him around.
Keegan Kincaid lands sideways, getting the tires walls, grabs the gear, keeps right on going forward. Kincaid, an off-road superstar. He knows how to race physical, but he did that one all on his own. Meanwhile, that gave Brabham an opportunity to get by, and so did Morris.
Did somebody say 2 laps to go? It's just ramped up, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
So watch Kincaid here, the background spins, just tags the wall, spins it around, does 2 360s, grabs the gear and keeps on going.
Absolutely amazing. Here it is one more time. Brabham sideways, Kincaid is sideways. I'm sorry, Steele sideways, Kincaid is sideways. Oh, pretty good hit right there, but he just keeps it going, never stop moving forward.
White flag is out, so that's 1 lap to go. The white flag in Australian racing is a bit different to what we see. So 1 to go. And Creed has got a little bit of a margin here, but this is the pack I want to focus on. Morris, Brabham, and now Kincaid. After that wild 360, sits at the back of this group. Final lap.
I think, correction, that is Scotty Steele. Brabham, Scotty Steele, and Hines all in the same style truck. Those Def Leppard live trucks, that is Scotty Steele. I think we're on board right now with the dude, Scotty Steele. May possibly have helped the dude get around. It's hard to see. We didn't have the right angle there. I know they were very close. It's hard to tell exactly what happened there. But Scotty Steele moving forward. Kincaid is checking out as well. It's getting more physical as the weekend moves on. We still have 2 more races left to go yet today, or this weekend.
Not the sort of guy I'd like to be unloading because the paybacks are going to hurt either way.
Well, you know, Scotty felt as though that Morris had gotten into him yesterday. He got him in the wall. Race Control said, no, that didn't happen. What really happened, Mike, the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Oh, no!
Brabham gets around. Morris gets into him. Mingay piles in as well. Bert Jenner now joins the club. And now this is going to be a battle. These guys right here all racing for the 6th position. Meanwhile, out in front, am I surprised? Am I not? I don't know. But Creed has pulled a bit of the lead on Robbie Gordon. And not many people can do that as the checkered flag is out for the red tractor driver of Sheldon Creed, P2. That is Robbie Gordon. And as he's coming to the finish line right now, looks like that is going to be Scotty Steele. And then in P3, and then Brabham back in the wall one more time.
The front of Morris's truck. Be off the Super Chief Auto after this. Gonna hold down here. Jenner, who won yesterday just by truck length at the end. Poor old Matty Brabham was in the wars that last lap though. This is Brabham going down off the beach. He was out of control, spun, the wall straightened him out, and watch the dude arrive on the scene here. Bang! Poor old Matty Mingay arrived on the scene with nowhere to go as well.
Nowhere to go, because Brabham was backing up, didn't leave the dude anywhere to go. Nothing he could do, didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, look at it.
Look, it looks angry.
Keeps the engine cool anyway. Bit of work to do for that team.